Welcome to a day in the life of building the van. We're just doing the part for the sink today, and well, we have a whole list. So lately it's just been full days of just working on the stuff and going with the flow on what seems to be next. I sort of had a general idea on the steps I was taking, but just kind of made it up as I went. Like, oh, what can I do next? What things do I have? I just found this wood piece in our shop. This is for the sink. Here's my list. Vanbuild today. Build cabinet fronts, countertops, floor step, metal pieces, closet drawer, fix solar to make sure the solar is working because I did something to mess it up, and the propane area. So come along and see how it turns out. Also, after we do as much as we can on the van today, I have something exciting, so stay till the end to find out what it is. We're gonna see how this faucet fits. Oh gosh, it looks so good. So I've gotten to the point where I'm just at the point of just grinding and, getting the thing done and putting my head down, not caring about many things, just letting everything burn around me. Just kidding. But that is how it felt a lot of the time. And once I started focusing on it and just doing it, that's when the magic happened. Wow. That's nice. Oh, this one's like, that's cool. It's so hard though, look at that. Whoa. Wow. It was so very helpful to be working on Nate's shop and have the accessibility to all the random things he had there, such as wood stain and just random miscellaneous things that you would need for building a van, Finding some extra wood pieces, all the tools I used, and just having like the right nails and screws and stuff. Very, very nice and handy. So, as well as getting things scrimmaging around my other grandpa's shop. Just what we had laying around. I used a lot of things to repurpose them into an amazing project. Oh, look how good this looks. It's so cute. So good. Don't mind the mess, but we're gonna make the cabinet fronts for the cabinets. So it will just go, yeah. So we shall see how they turn out. The grooves in them. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, it cuts that. So we can get these pieces and slide them in, and it will look really nice. So we have this,
thin piece. Oh, look how nice that looks. Oh my goodness. I love it. Looks so nice. Wow.
I think the biggest thing that helped was just being in the moment and not really having an exact plan of every little thing you're doing beforehand. A lot of it you just have to be in the moment and look at what you can do next with the resources you have. How can you be creative? So you just made it up as you go. Playing with ideas and visions on what might work, what you want. There are so many options, so it can be overwhelming with coming up with a design or anything. But eventually, you will start to figure it out more and more as you go, and it gets easier. Then once you start something that you want to work towards, you get in these grooves and creative states of just creating it and coming up with ideas and goals and visions. And it just starts to happen from one thing to the next, building brick by brick. And a lot of times you hit stuck moments where you have no idea what you're doing or why you're doing it, but you just keep going and you physically keep doing it or give up and back out. Neither is right or wrong. It's just the way you want to go. And sometimes it's just asking yourself this question over and over. Okay, what's the next best step I can do? And work towards that. And all of a sudden, you start to realize that it's happening and you're actually putting in the work. And it's actually coming to reality. And you realize it's right before your eyes. And then you're faced with the next decision. What are you going to do next? Once you start to have what you wanted, then what do? Then you shoot for the next thing you want, or the next thing you feel like is the way to go. What lights up your soul? What path is that? And let's not forget, you gotta enjoy it too. You gotta enjoy what you worked so hard for. You gotta take some time and space to just be in that and feel that and experience what you once longed for, because you're in it now. So really be in it, in the moment. You don't always have to be going for the next and the next and the next thing. It's beautiful, growth is beautiful, but you don't always have to be going. You can have peace and fulfillment in the quiet, mundane moments. Now, it's not necessarily quiet cutting with a saw, but quiet with the thoughts and the figuring out mind, the just being and just doing mind. Trying to pay little attention of what happened before and what's going to happen next. It's just where you're here in this time and space. Right now is where your power is. That's where we have all the power at our fingertips is in the now moment. It's where we choose to create. We are constantly choosing our life in the present moments. That's what makes up our reality that we get to experience. So ask yourself, what things am I choosing to bring in the now moment for me to experience? I might not get it on this plane right away, but I can start calling in those things to be in my present moments. Why do we spend many of our moments looking for something that's outside of the moment, or seems to be outside of the moment? Is it because we can't see it, or there's really something more outside of the moment? Do we get to see beyond the moment? Do we really get to see our future? Is it solidified however much our commitment is, or is it still illusionary until it happens? And sometimes we lose sight of the moment just like that, and it's gone. And we're so far gone, we have to come back to it and actually consciously choose to come back to it over and over until it's a habit. And we have to constantly remind ourselves what we are trying to create in the moment and keep coming back to it to give it our time and attention, or else it will not get done, or it won't be there for you. With all the moments we are choosing comes a sacrifice for other moments that we don't choose, that we get to miss in a sense. But if you're completely filled within your moment, then I guess you're not really missing anything. And that's when the real focus comes in. When you can get yourself to be fully here and work it like a muscle to get our strong, passionate, happy, purposeful selves to be here now. We don't really experience that in every single waking moment of our lives, but we can constantly add it into our lives and implement things that support that in order to support the life or anything really that we want to create or call in to our experience. Now I invite you to ask this. Are you in a creating phase, or are you in an enjoying phase of your creation? Are you where you want to be, or do you have some things to do to get to the next enjoying phase?
Good morning. It's really wet and rainy this morning, but I love waking up to the sound of rain.